Life is 60. What a ride. What a ride. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm just sharing some thoughts about life at 60. Guys, it has been a ride. It has been a ride. You know, I have been sitting just thinking. This weekend I have my granddaughters. Matter of fact, they're in another room, so if you hear them, if you hear some sounds, that's just them playing. I've already put them on notice that I was recording a video. And I'm about to head to my mom's, my Sunday routine, and I take the girls. I want them to be able to know who their great-grandmother is. And, you know, it's important. Family is important to know. Sometimes I think about my life, and I didn't know my mother's side of the family. My grandmother, my mom's mother, had passed away before I was ever born. I knew my great-grandmother, my mother's grandmother, and she passed away when I was 18. So I lived the majority of my life not knowing the majority of my mom's family. And my mother being an only sibling, I have no, you know, aunts and uncles. I had great aunts and uncles who have now passed on. So I think it's important that I make sure that my grandchildren get an opportunity to know their great-grandmother. And so, yeah, every opportunity that I get to take them, I do. So that is my day today. And I just had these thoughts about life at 60, how so many things are happening, so many things are changing. You know, I used to think that 50 was going to be the biggest changing point of my life. But guys, my biggest change has been since I've turned 60. And it has been a ride. You know, sometimes I think back on some of the things I've experienced in the last couple years, and I felt that those things were so tremendous, so hard. And I'm on the other side of many of those things. And, you know, I look back and I'm like, wow, wow. But you know what? I think it's a blessing to be able to be on the other side. And I want to enlighten you guys and share just these experiences of mine. And so that if you're approaching this age, and some of you, I know a very few of you guys have already approached this age and on the other side, so you guys can relate to what I'm saying. You know, my topics are hit and miss. I think sometimes I watch my analytics, I watch my videos, and I see the ones that resonates with people. And I think like this, I believe that a lot of times when I don't get the engagement or the viewership on some of the topics, I just say to myself, one day when they're closer to this age, all of this is going to resonate with them. You know, I was thinking the other day, I said, you know, I've lived the majority of my life healthy and what I perceive as healthy and without issues, without, you know, any major ailments. I've only had one surgery in my life, and that was when I had the partial hysterectomy. And for the most part, I've been pretty healthy. I have not had any, you know, issues with things that, you know, a lot of Americans or just people in general, I'll say Americans most of the time, because, you know, I think we're probably one of the most unhealthiest countries when it comes to, you know, taking care of ourselves because of the way we eat. We know that. And a lot of it's not our fault. It's just the food that we consume, the food that we purchase. So that is the purpose. But I think about a lot of things that we have dealt with here, and, you know, with the high blood pressure, the diabetes, you know, the heart disease, the cholesterol problems. And I have been blessed that as of yet, I have not had any issues with those things. But I did say to myself that when I was at 50, I used to say, man, I feel like I'm 30. I didn't have anything. But I think when my clock turned to 60, I started feeling the signs of, yeah, you're aging. Some of the things I found very easy to do in my 50s, I am struggling with a few things. You know, I have always been a person who loved to walk. I always tell you guys that if you can't do anything, walking, if you have the use of your legs, is the best form of exercise. You don't have to be looking around at people in the gym and all of these women who are able to do these things, because walking involves almost every muscle in your body. So if you can't do anything, you can walk if you have the use of your legs. And I even found that a little bit of a struggle, because there's a walk that I have to do now every morning because of our parking being disrupted due to the garage that was attached to the building where I work being having to be taken care of because of structural damage. And guys, you know, that was scary to find out that big concrete plats were falling. So it's been closed indefinitely, and so we're having to walk to another place that they found for us to park, and it's going up a little bit of a hill. So walking up that hill, I was like, what? You know, I did not realize that sometimes you feel like you're healthy, you're at your healthiest, and then you just do something a little strenuous and you're like, I'm not as healthy as I thought it was. So turning 60, I have found things that I find a little bit of a struggle, and also knowing and realizing that my rest is important, laying down and trying to get a good amount of sleep. You know, my body is on a clock of its own. So, you know, I think at the most I have to be really tired to get 5 hours of sleep, but I'm realizing that it, you know, it desires more rest as I get older. So yeah, but I have to say that being here, I have found myself more confident, more aware, more calm, you know, finding peace and realizing that I don't want to be involved in a lot of things that's going to bring chaos to my life. You know, I just got off of a phone call just prior to this video with my sister and some family dynamics. And, you know, it's unfortunate that as much as I desire to have a lot of family around me, you have to pick and choose sometimes which family members that you can have in that immediate space. And just from that conversation with some stuff that's trying to brew, I realized that I made the right choice from staying away from a lot of that, and I will continue to do that. And I know that I control that. You know, it used to be a time when I felt that I had no control over who could be in my immediate space, but realizing that I do have that control, because, you know, I've spoken a lot on my channel about choosing battles and knowing who, you know, and what deserves your attention. And sometimes it's better to be silent and don't feel the need to be confrontational, and that is winning for you. I've learned that, guys. I've actually learned that. And so when she was talking to me and sharing these things that are happening around, I just sat here just like this. And I said to myself, that's neither here nor there for me. It's not something that I even want to be a part of. And she understands that. And I have learned that lesson, guys. And knowing that, you know, things outside of me happening, I can't control often. So I have to be mindful of, you know, what I enter, the spaces I enter. And sometimes it will be hard to know that you cannot be a part of people's lives that you actually love on a day-to-day basis, and that it has to be when you desire it. You have to set those limitations, and it's important. So, you know, life at 60 has been wonderful. You know, I still struggle with little things. You know, there's things I still need to overcome. You know, I'm impatient sometimes when it comes to approaching retirement. I'm trying to figure out insurance. I want to retire, but I'm not for retirement age, so therefore my insurance will be impacted. You know, I always think about, what if I just go ahead and take this retirement and I get ill, then I don't have insurance. I'm trying to figure that whole thing out. How will I survive, and how will I pay for that if I have to get private insurance? So that's still a struggle for me. But other than that, I don't let things bother me. Even the problems of, you know, things that happen. You know, I've been having the same car for 12 years. I've explained that to you guys. I've had the same vehicle for 12 years. And I think that I may look at getting another vehicle at some point. But while my car has been able to do all the things I needed it to do, it's not about having the most, modern or up-to-date vehicle. It was about what the use of it is for. And that's the way I look at life now. That does not have to be your journey. That's mine. And even the minimal life that I live with, not having all of the best decor, but just having functional things that allow me to be able to do the things I need in my home. So that's why I do sometimes show you clips. Just being organized. I like the fact that it's not cluttered. I like the fact that it does not overwhelm me. And the things that I need, are here. And that's that. And never think that I would be that person when I come from a place of feeling like I had to have a lot of things. So I felt comfortable in this space when I got to 60. And I don't know what that is. But, being okay with this body, it's not perfect in no sense of the word. It's mine. I work on it daily. And I feel good in it. I feel like I look good in it. And I'm okay with it. Even the gray, I'm okay with that. Trying to make a decision about this hair has been difficult. But I'm coming up on something. I looked at a lot of photos of myself over my 7-year journey of locks just a couple days ago. And I've loved different stages of it, and I reached my goal of having waist length locks. And every time I decide I want to cut them, then I say, no, I can't do it. So I'm still at that phase of trying to decide. One of the things about long locks I've discovered is that they do catch a lot because they're hanging behind you. You're sitting up against things. They're rubbing on stuff. The elements of the air. I got a mixture of gray and lint in these locks, but I still have not decided to cut them yet. I have wagered with dyeing them, but I'm going to be doing international travel in January and the next year coming up, and I'm like, I don't want to have a problem with my passport with having to try to update the photo on there. So I'm trying to decide when I want to put the color in it. So it's still a lot of decisions and things that I want to do. I do know they will come off at some point, maybe when I'm about 65. So I still got a few years with that. And then I'm looking at doing something different. So if you're still following me for locks, you still got me for a minute. But yeah, I love this platform, and I'm comfortable with it now. Just sharing my journey of where I'm at, looking at myself, seeing the aging happening, but feeling very beautiful still. A lot of women get to this point of life and they don't feel beautiful anymore. It's just a different kind of beautiful. It's not a youthful beautiful, but it's a beautiful of wisdom, I think. And I call myself a regal. I think I have a regal appeal. And it does not have to be like everybody else's. I'm not trying to keep up with anyone. I'm just trying to be me. I'm trying to be me and sharing me with the world so that people can feel comfortable in aging. We're not comfortable in aging. We're fearful of it. All the things we try to do to ourselves to maintain youth. But one thing I can say, it doesn't matter what you do, aging is coming. It's going to come no matter what you inject in your body. It doesn't matter how much you exercise. It is coming. You just maintain and be the healthiest that you can be. So I just wanted to share that with you. I'm just so excited about where this life is taking me. I pray to God that He gives me time and space to continue my journey. I want to see 80. I want to be able to look back and just reminisce on my years and be proud of where I come from, and being able to share that with the world of how I found peace, how I want to love on people, love on women, and develop a sisterhood of women who are like-minded, who encourage each other and have real conversations about real things so that we can be better. So thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And I appreciate you guys. So if you're new, please give me a thumbs up. And if you are returning, thank you so much. And I hope to see you in another video.